Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a trip across the pond to explore some of the hidden secrets of the British government. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you think the US had its share of dark, covert operations, wait until you hear what the UK was up to during the Cold War. In this episode, we'll dive into the details of Operation Clinside, a top-secret British program that pushed the boundaries of chemical warfare. So, get ready to uncover another piece of the hidden history that governments around the world would rather keep buried. Let's jump right in. Operation Clinside was a covert British government program initiated during the height of the Cold War. With tensions between the West and the Soviet Union escalating, the British government, like many others, was on a relentless quest to develop the most advanced weapons technology. This included exploring the potential of chemical weapons, which were seen as a powerful deterrent against Soviet aggression. The operation was shrouded in secrecy, and only a handful of high-ranking officials were aware of its full scope. The goal of Operation Clinside was to develop chemical agents that could be used in warfare, with the capability to incapacitate or kill large numbers of people quickly and efficiently. The research and development for Operation Clinside took place in highly secured facilities, far from the prying eyes of the public and even most government officials. These labs were equipped with state-of-the-art technology, and the scientists involved were some of the brightest minds in the field of chemistry and toxicology. However, the secrecy surrounding the project meant that there was little to no oversight, which led to some ethically questionable practices. Many of the chemicals being developed and tested were highly experimental, and the long-term effects on humans were not fully understood. Despite these risks, the British government pressed on, driven by the fear of falling behind in the arms race with the Soviet Union. One of the most controversial aspects of Operation Clinside was the testing phase. To determine the effectiveness of these chemical agents, the British government conducted experiments that would be considered highly unethical by today's standards. In some cases, these tests were carried out on human subjects, often without their informed consent. Military personnel, prisoners, and even civilians were exposed to various chemical agents to observe their effects. These experiments caused severe suffering and, in some cases, led to long-term health issues or even death. The government kept these tests under wraps, and the participants were often unaware of the full extent of the dangers they were exposed to. In addition to the ethical issues surrounding the testing on human subjects, there were also environmental concerns. The chemicals developed during Operation Clinside were highly toxic, and there were instances where they were tested in open fields, leading to contamination of the surrounding environment. Local populations were sometimes affected by these tests, but the true impact was hidden from the public. The lack of transparency and oversight meant that these operations continued for years without any significant pushback or scrutiny. Operation Clinside remained classified for decades, with the British government going to great lengths to ensure that the details of the program did not reach the public. It wasn't until much later that documents related to the operation were declassified, revealing the full extent of the activities that took place. The revelations sparked outrage and led to calls for greater accountability and transparency in government operations, particularly those involving chemical and biological weapons. The legacy of Operation Clinside is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked government power and the ethical dilemmas that arise when the pursuit of national security is placed above human rights. The program serves as a reminder of the lengths to which governments are willing to go in times of fear and uncertainty, often at the expense of their own citizens. Today, Operation Clinside is a significant chapter in the history of chemical warfare, highlighting the need for international agreements and regulations to prevent such programs from being carried out in the future. Operation Clinside is just one example of the secretive and often morally questionable activities that governments have undertaken in the name of national security. As we continue to uncover these hidden histories, it's essential to remember the importance of transparency, oversight, and ethical considerations in government operations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.